Hello, everyone. I'm Valentina Rodriguez. I'm the release manager for 1.11. We are here. So first of all, this meeting is being recorded and it's governed by the CNCF Code of Conduct. Today, we are here to talk about release roadmap discussion. So even though the discussion about either continue with the Kubeflow manifest release and the conflicting priorities with evaluation, we want to focus this today discussion into roadmap for Q3 or either Q4. So all the working groups, liaisons, and team leads will be here today talking about the amazing work that they are already started or planning for the rest of the year. So I will be getting over and back and forth with the different teams. And so this is a very exciting, very excited to be here. And let me go back and show you so the agenda. So I will ask each of you once you start talking about your working group to just do a quick introduction about yourself. But we have here all the liaisons that will be here today with us, and also Manos, who will be introducing and talking about the notebooks and central dashboard. So with that, we are all aware, I think we know about Kubeflow components, and that are part of how this fits together into the ML lifecycle. So let's just go quickly because I know we don't have too much time. But today we will focus on some of the themes about security, user experience, interoperability, scalability, data management, and also support for Gen AI and agentic AI. And with that, I will let me go back here. We'll start talking about the roadmap by component. So with that, the Kubeflow trainer is next.
Thank you. My name is Anya, and I will start. So for the Kubeflow trainer, we are releasing Kubeflow trainer V2 soon, where we are focusing on enhancing user experience and abstracting Kubernetes complexity away from data scientists. So first of all, we've been working on a completely new API architecture. So we introduced Train Job API, which provides a unified train job interface that replaces all the framework CRDs we had before. We also introduced training runtime and cluster training runtime resources, which separate the infrastructure configurations from the job definition itself. So this creates a clean separation between platform engineers and dataset engineers, so that platform engineers, they will focus on configuring runtimes, when data scientists will focus on the training jobs itself. So then Python SDK, so it became our primary interface for data scientists, which eliminates the need for YAML definitions. So data scientists can now work in Python without having to understand much Kubernetes concept or write configuration files. We also have a new pipeline framework for extensibility, which provides extension points for custom in-house ML frameworks. So this allows adding support for new frameworks, custom validation logic, and specialized trainer orchestration without changing the underlying system. And then LLM fine-tuning. So we are providing built-in support with two types of trainers. The built-in trainer provides pre-configured fine-tuning logic where users only need to adjust parameters, while the custom trainer allows users to provide their own training function. And then we also have dataset and model initializers, which handle the downloading and preparation of models and datasets separately from training jobs. Then under the hood, we are integrating with JobSet API, which is a Kubernetes native way to manage groups of jobs. And then we also have MPI support for frameworks that require it. So this includes automatic generation of SSH keys for secure internet communication. And then looking ahead, we have some future items planned, which Sailesh will talk about. Thanks.
Hi, thank you, Anya. Right. So the future items that are right now being discussed and planned are the following. So there have been discussions on local execution mode, which basically allows data scientists and ML engineers to test training jobs and runtimes locally before using them in production. We are initially planning on supporting them in container-based runtimes and sub-processes. Another thing we are planning is a trainer UI, which will basically be a user interface for users so that they can see the logs of the training jobs and other metrics. We are also planning on discussing data cache for distributed training, which is basically, it's a distributed in-memory called Apache Arrow data cache system for tubular data sets stored as Apache Iceberg tables in remote stores such as S3. So this will essentially help in distributed training data caching. We are also planning on adding JAX training runtime, which was previously supported in training operator V1, and we plan on bringing it to V2 as well. Similarly, we want to integrate Q with the train job CRD that we have now. We used to support Q for training operator V1, and we plan to do the same for V2 as well. And we also want to support the Volcano scheduler. We also want to see if there are different ways of testing GPU testing these LLM blueprints. Basically, right now we are using GitHub self-hosted runners, but now we want to try using Oracle Kubernetes Engine OKE with GPUs to efficiently run GPU-intensive tasks such as LLM blueprint execution. So by shifting to OKE infrastructure, the goal is to achieve faster performance, better resource utilization, and for GPU-dependent code and samples. So these are the future items we are discussing currently. And as Anya presented before, those are the Q3 items.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So I'm moving to the next one, Katib, and then at the end we will do some space for questions.
Correct, right. So now CATIB, right now we have mainly planned only for the CATIB SDK migration into the unified SDK. The unified SDK will be more of a SDK for the entire Kubeflow project. So Anya will go over it more. So right now that's all we have planned, but as things come up, we will inform the same.
Perfect. Question about this unification. Is it for Q3, Q4, or we don't have a plan yet on when it could be released?
I don't think there's a concrete like timeline right now. We are still like discussing and figuring out everything. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Of course. Okay, I think this is very similar. Is there anything you want to add here?
Yeah, so I just wanted to, I added this slide because we are working hard on making it happen. And we are introducing a unified Kubeflow SDK that will provide a streamlined interaction across all Kubeflow components. So the idea of having, instead of having separate SDKs for each of the component, users will have only one consistent interface. So for the next release, we are hoping to have trainer with KFP or KATIB in it. Yeah, and then we're also adding local mod support to the Kubeflow trainer SDK as well. Thank you.
That's fantastic. That's great. Thank you. All right. Kubeflow pipelines. Thank you so much, Bob, Anya, and Sailesh.
Yeah, this list is not going to be complete because I just added some of this right before this call, the ones that came to the top of mind. So I'll go over the ones that I did write down though, and then I'll update with a more thorough list later.
Of course.
So the bigger feature that we're pretty excited about is the support for a Kubernetes native support for pipelines and pipeline versions in Kubeflow pipelines. So what this allows is it allows users to declaratively provision and manage their pipelines, which will allow people to use GitOps tools like Argo CD to manage their pipelines and pipeline versions. And the alternative today by default is the database. That is where we store the pipeline versions. So this will instead utilize the etcd store. Also, the CLI will be updated to provide functionality on being able to generate the pipeline CRD itself, so that you can use the KFP CLI to generate what the CRD would be like, and then you can put that into your Git repos and have Argo CD, for example, provision them if that's a flow that you prefer. There will be also a support for final task status that will be added. So what this allows is for users via their KFP DSL to be able to detect which when you're doing exit handlers, you can detect, for example, the task that you exited with, the status, and this makes using exit handlers a little bit more powerful. So that has been updated. Support for this task display name. So this allows you to specify user-friendly, human-readable task names to be displayed on the UI. Parallel run limits. This allows users to specify either mutexes, so you can put a lock when you're using things like parallel for. This will limit the number of runs that can happen simultaneously. Today, it will just spin up however many parallels that you have specified. So this will be utilizing Argo semaphore mutexes under the hood, so stay tuned for that. Retry strategy for supported nested pipeline runs. So we initially had added this for just top-level pipelines, but now this support will be available for nested pipeline runs as well. And I'll extend this list after the call, as there are some other features as well.
That's great. Thank you so much. Perfect. Notebooks and dashboards. Is there anyone else? I think Manus couldn't make it. Anyone who can speak about it? If not, I can go through. Okay. So one of the exciting things about Kubeflow notebooks and dashboards. So Kubeflow is working on, they are already working on the notebooks 2.0, which is really working on removing some of the complexity to end users and creating things such as templates that will be managed by cluster admins. So the idea is to really abstract, as it says here, the Kubernetes resources away from the end users. I'm very excited about this because I think it's very connected to the end user experience and also best practices, and see how we can also scale some of these for administrators and being able to create templates that can be accessed by different users. So as part of this effort, there are new components and two CRDs, Workspace Controller, Workspace Backend API, Frontend, and Workspace CRD and Workspace Kind CRD. So the CRDs are custom resources definition that will allow us to create these instances on the Kubernetes cluster. So this is a very exciting feature that the team's been working on. I know they've been planning for so long, so I'm happy to see this feature being worked on. And I know they have plans. I think they mentioned to maybe release it within this year. So we will keep everyone posted as this progresses. So with that, moving into model registry.
Yeah, thank you, Valentina. So this is what we have in the current roadmap of the model registry working group. I've just categorized into 3 main areas, but this is totally arbitrary. So one of the things that we have started to work on that we have already some progress is the model catalog. This is a new capability and new feature that have been highly requested by some of the users and adopters of the project that will simplify for the AI engineer to understand which are the models that are typically provided by their company. So this is a way to basically specify which are the models that are intended to use in a business context or in an organization. You can find more details later in the links that I've shared below. Also, another big area of development is a Kubernetes async job. To simplify, how do we create OCI executable images or model car that contains the model? So being in a cloud native settings, we want to simplify for the end users this creation of the OCI images. The thing is that we had already this capability in the model registry Python client, but with this asynchronous job, it can be used as scheduled so that people who do not want to start, I don't know, a Jupyter notebook to just do this operation can rely on this Kubernetes job in order to create the OCI model car. Another big theme for us is indeed keeping tracks on the graduation and Kubeflow platform related work. Here is mainly that we are marching towards for the badge that we are doing in also other working groups. And we also want to be sure that we enable default, say, an out-of-the-box model registry in the example installation. So there will be details to this more in the tickets that I've linked. And other very notable announcement, one very notable one is that we are removing the ML metadata as a dependency for model registry. So you can find all the details about the reasons why we are doing this operation. That is not a very trivial change, but we have contributors in the working group that are really helping us moving this forward. For as well as more, I would say, nice to have in the UI, things like deployment of the model from the UI, model card-like displays in this UI, and other integration. As always, with model registry, we are doing like cadence releases. So it means I want to reiterate the point that model registry users can await a release that typically happens every 3 or 4 weeks at maximum, so they can start also to experiment with the things that we've been merging. So it doesn't necessarily need to wait for a main Kubeflow release. And we invite everybody to be participative as we are making progress on these areas. If they have any feedbacks, the Kubeflow biweekly model registry runs every biweekly just after this release call. And as well, you can find us in the Kubeflow model registry a GitHub repository. Pardon me. And with that, Valentina, back to you. Thank you for this opportunity to highlight the great work that the Kubeflow working group contributors are doing.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. It's great. Okay, Spark operator.
Yeah, thank you. So hello, everyone. I'm Milos, and today I'll be presenting the roadmap for the Kubeflow Spark operator. So this first slide is because of Kubeflow Spark operator is a new member of the Kubeflow family. So I've shared some of the main features here. But okay, let's focus on upcoming features. I think we're all excited about it. And next slide, please. Yeah, so regarding new things, so Spark 4, that's the most upvoted feature on Kubeflow Spark operator GitHub page. And of course, it's very important to listen to the community. It's the most voted feature, and that's going to be a main focus for this next release. It will just bring all the benefits from the latest Spark, and it will sync us with the whole Spark ecosystem. Next thing is a native Go Spark submit. Practically, it's a ground-up Go rewrite of Spark submit that will replace the current shell script, and it will deliver faster startups, clear error messages, tight integration with Kubernetes. That's the most important thing, I think, and other advantages. And the third most important thing, I think, is this notebook support for Spark operator. which practically so it enables us direct control for launching and tracking Spark jobs inside Kubeflow notebooks. And I worked for Databricks before, and I know that Spark users will be super happy about this one. So yeah, let's see how it goes. It's going to be very, very exciting. And next slide, please. What is very important for us is to, I've shared some of the links here. It's useful links, practically where community can engage and get in the contact with the developers. And for us, very important to get feedback and inputs that will help us to refine the operator and make Spark and Kubeflow smoother for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So with that, we finish with the release discussion and presentation. So we do two things. We still have some time, so let me I want to share the website before we go into questions and more discussion. I want to, if you're watching this video, and if you're very curious about each of the teams and you want to contribute, because you heard all the amazing work that the teams are planning and doing, and it's very exciting, and you can hear it, right, in this virtual room, that we are all, very enthusiastic about the features and how we are supporting the different, the end users requests, the community, but also one of the important aspects is the graduation. So we did mention at the beginning how critical it is for us to move into graduation. So everyone in the community is working hard to have Kubeflow as a graduated project at the CNCF. So, so with that, each of the working groups are working towards this graduation, like building the security practices and so on. So all the things that you heard about the features, but on top of that, they are working towards implementing security best practices in order to get all the badges that we need to be graduated. So kudos to the teams. Thank you so much for everyone contributing. But also want to invite everyone, if you want to contribute either to graduation or connect with each of the working groups. So I am here on the Kubeflow website. Once you go into the main page, you click here on Docs, and then here on the About, you have the opportunity to learn within the community. You can join many of the Slack channels for these working groups. So if you just want to be connected or have any issues or require assistance or just want to be involved, this is a great way. But the other thing is here are all the available meetings. So for example, the community call is tomorrow on Tuesday. So all the working groups meetings are here in this Google Doc. You will find the information. You can also watch the past recordings. But also we have the graduation call is part of the community call. So you can be involved, just click here and you will have information. With that, one last comment. We have our Kubeflow virtual symposium in July 9. But also I want to take the opportunity to talk about Kubeflow Summit, which is a co-located event at KubeCon in North America. So CFPs are open till the end of the month. So with that, that's I wanted to provide this, this space for you if you're watching to be aware of how you can connect with the teams and either contribute or just provide feedback on features or help in any way or just be there. So with that, I'm moving back into the slides and see if there is any questions, anything we want to, discuss as a group. I think it was great presentation from everyone. So thank you. That's first, and then just open the floor for any questions or comments or anything. Yeah, Tarek, go for it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, maybe I can say something very quick about the manifest repository. So that's why I guess it's not in the slides here, because that's usually like just syncing all the great work from the components development. So usually when all the working groups finish the work, we do sync in the manifest repo, and then that's actually where the Kubeflow release is coming from. So so that's why that's our the main focus. There's also the common components like this for the that is also maintained by the platform team. We usually cover like upgrading to cover like fixes for CVEs and so on, and also making sure that the pipeline testing or the CI/CD pipeline testing is matching for a specific Kubernetes version. So we see what's the latest available Kubernetes version, and then we upgrade our CI/CD pipelines to these versions. Yes.
Yeah, no, thank you for adding that. I know you are also always, there is a lot of work involved in terms of upgrading, like the manifest said, this is the component that kind of puts everything together and allows end users to install everything from each component from that specific project. And I know, doing the upgrades to each component, but also in the security and looking into Kubernetes also capabilities, just Istio, and ensuring that best practices on securities are there. So I know there is a lot of work on that process. So thank you for providing the information and updates. Yeah, perfect. So with that, anything else, any questions or comments about any of the working groups? You have everyone's here together just to discuss any features or thoughts. Any questions? If not, I will stop the video. I will stop the video, the recording, and if the rest, if you can stay for a second. But thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time to presenting what the working groups are doing. It's amazing work. Can't wait to see all these features release. I saw, many features about scalability, user experience, interoperability, as we mentioned. So looking forward to hear more about this. And this video we're planning on publishing on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I will stop the recording. And please, if you're watching this as well, look at in our Slack Kubeflow platform. There is an ongoing discussion on the release and whether we should continue with the release on Kubeflow manifest or should we continue after graduation. So if you have any thoughts on that, please, there is a thread. Just feel free to add your thoughts. We need everyone's input on this. Thank you so much. Stop the recording.